Hello, hello. Hello there. How you all doing? You gotta say hi on the chat to know that you are online. How you doing? I don't know who is online. I saw just number one. Good night, good night. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. You guys hear me okay? I have no idea if you guys hear me okay. I still have no signal on my computer, so I really don't know. Ryan, how's it going, my friend? Perfect. Thank you so much. Glad to hear, man. I got your box today. I need to open it. I hope the video is not too dark. I know that you wanted to check some stuff on how to make some other little things for the wallet or the batch, the portable batch wallet. So I guess I'm gonna get those going. I'm a little like a pale because the light, but I decided to turn off one of the lights. So I normally have two lights back there, but now, oh my god, my farmer standing is like ridiculous. Look at that thing. Oh boy. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. If you have an artwork that you want me to try because has any specific details or something that you want to see if they stick very well, just let me know. Send it to you, and absolutely, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I decided to jump in a little bit early to make sure that audio and all that is fine, and I can wait for some people to connect as well. But yeah, shoot me the email. I think I'm gonna grab this because once I get my screen share, I'm not going to see people really connecting or anything like that. So I think I'm gonna put here the chat for everyone. So I'm gonna silence this so I can see everyone coming in. Let's see. I cannot connect to my own for whatever reason. So I guess I'm gonna need to change. Oh no, I actually can. Where is the live chat? Here is the live chat. That is awesome. And I can send stuff on the live chat. Yep, that was me. Oh, that's good. Okay. All right. So I have the chat just in case here. So if someone is talking to me, I can see it as well. All right. So If you're still here, Ryan, do you know what is the live stream tonight? You have any idea what we're going to talk tonight? You should have an idea what we're going to talk tonight. You join. Hello, how you doing, my man? Three Sun Signs. You are gonna love this live stream. Let's make some money. Yes, sir. That's a good answer, Ryan. That's a good answer. Yes. So it's almost 7. I decided to jump in a little early. So I want to talk with a tool that I use to make these things. You know, these little signs and ornaments and everything. We're gonna jump into the tool. I want to put a coupon code for everyone so everyone can sign up and have a little bit of a discount as well. So we have awesome. Thank you, Ryan. I have a coupon code for these two tools that I use a lot here, and mainly I use this tool for teaching people more than for sell stuff. But when I have to do stuff, these are my to go. Like absolutely, this is my to go. This is another of the things that we can make with these tools. The maps, everyone loved these maps lately, so you know, I don't see why not to teach people how you make these little things and get it better. You know, ideally we all in the same community and we can share knowledge. This is what it's all about for me. But yes, so we have now that little button on the chat so people can tip, and that help us, of course, to keep the lights going if anyone does it. But we're trying to grow the YouTube to try to cover with YouTube money all the materials and all the stuff that we use normally on our live streams and things that we're going to be doing and testing. We have some exciting things coming. And next week, next Friday, I'm talking with Nick from Build That Build to do a live stream together for next Friday. So it's going to be a Talk Crafty to Me with Nick. Hopefully. Ryan, do you got the package that I sent you? All right, we're about to start. I'm going to post in a couple places here. Awesome, my friend. Nice. Mail is being so slow and it's going to just get slower. But hey, it's that time of the year, you know? That's how it is. We are going to start in a few minutes. But we'll see how people connect or not connect. We are about to see, people's coming in. Say hi, everyone on the chat, so I know you guys are here. I'm about to... What? You own Fire the Laser shirt? Dude, I trademarked the Fire the Laser. You can't do that. I mean, you can, but yeah, fire the laser show. All right, guys. So seven, and we're starting. So what is going on, everybody? Happy Friday. So what we are going to do today, we're going to try to see some of the tools that I use and some of the tools, two actually, of the tools that I use a lot to teach people. These are tools that normally, hey, Robert, thank you for joining. These are two of the tools that I recommend to everyone that is having some sort of laser business. Regardless what you do, what laser you have, these tools will work with any laser. Now, here's the kicker. These two tools will actually work even if you have a Cricut or you have a iCut from Lockleak or HTV Rund. You want a DTF on a t-shirt with these tools. You can DTF also with these. You want to do embroidery, you can do embroidery with this as well. These two tools are going to be your bread and butter if you use them right. Before we jump into that, I need to say something. This is a test that I did on one of these random coins. And let me show you this. You see, this one here is on the coin, and that one here is on the plastic of the coin. We did this with a UV laser. Here's the clear plastic, and in the other side, here's the test on the plastic. And of course, we did some testing on this coin as well to get some coloring or whatever. It was just playing with this in one of the classes that I have this week. This was using the cone marker UV laser. Now, they are running the Black Friday, so the price is, if you're looking for a UV laser, this is your opportunity, is under $3,000, and you can use the code AlivePixel, and you will get a discount over those $3,000, whatever that they have right now. So right now is the cheapest that's ever been. It's the best UV laser on the market. I know XTool just announced his. I'm sorry, I think it's a little bit too late. And also is going to be a lot more. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So Cone Marker has the Omni 1, the Omni X, and the Omni X XE. That is basically the Omni X without that enclosure. So they are running a sale. It's the cheapest you can get it right now. And if you use the code AlivePixel in Cone Marker, regardless what machine you buy, you get an extra discount over the discounted price. If they're running the sale, it no matter. My code will give you extra savings. So go again a UV laser, because you can literally do any material, like virtually any material. But to what we are here. So we're going to talk about two of the main tools that I use all the time. So if you are joining just now, say hi on the chat so I can see you. I'm about to share my screen with the softwares and everything that I use. But I want to show you this. So this is a little sign. And of course, the wood that we use is Creative Cut Supplies. David Brown is the best wood that you can get for your laser tools. You don't need to look for more wood. Just get his. And this was cut in our alien cell. This is what's called an alien cell on a diode laser. This is a pre-finished wood. And you see here the name South Carolina, you know, or with a little heart in here. And then you have Seneca like here, right? So it's a simple 3-layer project. Very easy, very simple to do. But the problem is how you make the file. Here is where it comes. How you make this file, and especially how you make this file and you don't spend hours making it. Because with our laser business, engraving, DTF, whatever you're using, every minute that we spend on the machine or preparing files is money going through the drain. So we need to expedite. So the first tool we're going to talk tonight is Cuttle.xyz. If you don't know what it is, it's a tool that makes everything in a few clicks. Now, if you want to sign up for Cuttle, use the code AlivePixel. Yes, simple as that. Just AlivePixel as a code. So I'm going to put the website here for you in the comments and the chat. Cuttle.xyz. There you go. That's the first tool that we are going to see, and use the code AlivePixel just like that, so you can get a discount on your software. So let me share my screen, and sorry when you see probably multiple mirrors, but let me share my screen really quick. I say check on your screen sharing options. Okay, I want to check that. Just asking me for 20 permissions at the same time right now. Okay, let's see if I can share my screen. If not, I'm gonna turn my camera because it's not letting me. Chrome is so crazy with Mac. Chrome and Mac is like they don't get together very well. I don't know what it is. Google Chrome. Here you go. Open. Later. Let's try again. And I already did that once and it works, and now I don't know. System settings is asking me for the permission again. Here we go. Later. All right, it's not gonna let me do it like this. Let's try one more time. It doesn't want to let it do it, so let me flip the camera so you all can see it, and that's why I have the camera now, mobile camera. So I want to do it like this, and I'm gonna flip you here. There we go, and I'm gonna zoom you there. Now you have 1,000 images. So let's talk about this software first, and this is one of the main tools that I use. So I want to put a chat. So I'm going to rely on you guys to tell me on the chat if you are seeing this right, okay? So I'm putting the chat here. So you need to talk to me because thank you, YouTube, I can't see my screen at the same time. So please tell me on the chat if you guys see everything right. It's very important that you tell me. In that way, I know that I'm giving you all the right information. So please let me know, guys, on the comments below, or whatever you have your chat. All right. Perfect. Thank you so much. Aloha, Linda. Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. So this is Cuttle. So in this case, I'm already on my account, but I want to show you one thing. So I did show you this little sign that I have from Seneca, which is a town that I live. So with this sign, I actually used their template. There is this one here. So I'm going to open this one so you can see my sign. So here is the sign, right? And this is what I did with my changes. So when you work on this, you work on the base template, but they have the option to actually edit the template to make it work for you. So you can change the template. Don't think that what you see on Cuttle.xyz is the only thing that you can do. No, and you don't need really nothing super special as a design expertise or anything like that. It's quite simple. Let me try to change this for 1 second because my phone is sending me all the alerts and it's covering the whole chat. And because it's doing that, of course, I don't see the chat if someone ask for something, and I want you guys to actually ask questions. So I want you to be able to tell me, I want to see that, I want to see more, I want you to explain this or whatever. That's very important in this. Let me see if I can. My screen is not staying here. Let's see. Okay. All right. So I hope you guys see okay here and everything is fine there. And sorry for using the camera for this, but it's the best solution I can find. So I choose this design, and when you choose a design on Cuttle.xyz, you have an option in many ones, especially when you have a pro, to go for a Cuttle editor. So when you are on the Cuttle editor, you can click on it, and you can see here, I don't know if you guys see it on the video, how it highlighted on blue, like a light blue. Can you see that? Yes? Kind of a highlight where the element that you're going to edit. So again, this is kind of an interactive. So it's very important that you guys respond on the chat. So when you see it's highlighted, you can click on it and you will have some elements. So you can open the little arrows on the side for these elements here. You can open those. And when you open, you're going to see the elements, how you are going to be able to move them. So kits was one of the main elements. That's the group. And you can go through the whole thing, to the whole thing. So when you do that, you're going to be able to manually edit things that normally are preset. It's fairly easy. It's just clicking and changing the components. At the same time, you're going to have on your left hand, I need to move my left hand to know that it's my left, my other right. You're gonna have some elements that implies the modifiers for these components, like cut unions and stuff like that, are gonna be also there. So you have here then the compute objects, that is what element goes with what element, and you see here how they are like individual elements. And if you double click on this one, you are going to isolate. So you are now isolating that element, so you can actually edit only that element. So thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. So you isolate that, and in that way, when you do that, you are basically telling the software that you're going to work only on this. So now I don't have way to click on the back. So now I can select this text again. I can give another click. And now the kit names, you can keep giving clicks, and you go in sub-levels. See, you're going into the sub-levels of that, sub-levels of this, all the way until you have, okay, this is the text that is using. And that's where you start saying, okay, I want to change this, I want to change this, I want to change the size. You're going to start working with this. So remember, double click will get you into the sub levels so you can edit more. But this is not only for one sign, and this is applying. I'm doing double click outside right now. This is just in every level. You have also little colors that you can identify your elements, and that helps you to know what you are editing or not, and what is what, so they don't get confused with other things. That is also something that you can use to organize yourself more than anything. The main idea here is organize yourself. But I wanna go back. I wanna close this one. I'm gonna go back to the home, and I wanna start a new project. So you can start a new project in blank, or you can use templates. And this is where you're gonna make the most of the money, the templates. And let me explain you why. All these templates that you see here, it's loading for a reason. There you go. All these templates that you see here, you can actually modify, and especially if you are a pro user here. So let's say that you want to do these ornaments for Christmas. You see the icon here, Pro, and then you have another ones like this one here that are free. So you can, let me move that there so it's better framing. So the ones that are free, that means that anyone can use it. You know, you don't need a special license for it. But the ones that say Pro, in my case, I have it, and you can use them. So we're in Christmas. One of the coolest things of this software is going to be the ability to make a lot of different things, personalized things on the spot, maybe depending your lasers or your method of application. And you're going to be able to sell this virtually anywhere. So, for example, I'm gonna go really quick here, and I'm gonna select Christmas on the other right, on the left. So I'm gonna filter by Christmas, basically by theme, right? So, for example, for the stocking tags, this is something very popular. A lot of people are gonna use it, and not only keep this in mind, you need to be creative for your offering. This is not only for you to do the stocking tag. You can do this as the gift name of the person. So forget about the little paper. You can just do this and cut a bunch of names, and you can even go to your city database and see how many names of what names are the most popular in your state or your city, how many Daniels, how many Joshuas, how many Roberts are in your city. So you make the names that is more important for you in that way. So look at this. This is how this works. It shows you a little things, and this is what you want to do. So normally on your right side, you're going to have this control panel that has different things. So in this case is mom, dad, two kids, and well, a kid and the dogs. I'm going to erase all of them. So you don't have nothing. It's empty. So I'm going to say, all right, so the first name that I want this to have is Daniel. So I want you, sorry, my dyslexia is kicking in. So I want you to notice one thing, that it was super simple. I just wrote Daniel automatically, and it creates two different elements. Okay, so I have the outline ready to cut with a little hole for hanging it. And I also have the fill, which will be the other contrast letter, which is the one that you read. So then you hit enter here, and you put, I'm gonna put Tess, so she will get a gift as well. I'm gonna put here my partner Juan. I'm gonna put here Laura, and then I'm gonna put, I was about to put my dogs, but the file is gonna be longer, so I wanna just stop it there. So, but yeah, you can put your dogs or whatever. Now, if you wanna add icons, you have here the option to add inserted symbol, so you can select different symbols. Okay, they already have like a bunch of different symbols that you can add. That it will make it probably easier for you to work with. The coolest thing of adding symbols is that you can give it like a little bit personal, touch on your things. So that's something that I think is very, very cool, and a lot of people is going to definitely enjoy having, I'm gonna say, something unique or something that makes the gift, or makes the moment that you are with them, giving a gift of anything, a box, a gift card, or whatnot. It will make it special. That's what I'm trying to say. It will be more special, right? So you can select anything that you want here. Hey, Hannah, thank you for joining. So you can add anything that you want here. Let's add this one, for example. So you see this one's added here, but in this case, it's separated for me here. So sometimes this happens. So this is not attached to this, and it's because the icon is itself. So when that happens, I recommend to remove the space to have the icon just like writing directly, and you will see that it kind of emerge. So now it's inside this. So if you have a space, it will create like a gap on the full shape. It won't make the enlargement of the shape by itself like that, but it's actually also very easy to fix once you have the SVG. We can look into that, but you can add icons and everything. So This is a very, very easy software. And you can select here one layer. So automatically we'll do just this. And you see here, now on the name, I have here the little circles. I'm gonna move my mouse so you can see it bigger. There you go. Here's the mouse, right? Here's the mouse bigger. So you have a little circle on the corner. You wanna select two layers. I wanna select two layers on the right hand. Then the font. They do have a bunch of different fonts that you can select. I think is pretty straightforward overall. And of course, they have fonts that are for pro version and the free versions as well. Then the whole size. This is something that, again, goes to a personal preference. The reason of going into a personal preference here is because if you're going to use just a twine, like something like this, right? You have something like this that you're going to put a little bit. You don't need a hole too big for this, and you got to account for that as well. So you want to use this. We use this for a lot of stuff here. You want to make sure that the little hole and everything that you want to have is just big enough for what you need, not to be super tight, but it's something that you can use. So tag names, this is super easy. These are an easy seller. Now, questions, kids. You need to ask questions because, again, this is like an interactive class for everyone. So if you are joining, please say hi on the chat so I know that you are here. We might have a surprise at the end of this live, but you need to be present. I'm sorry. I want to force you to sit there for the whole live. But this is Cuttle.xyz. Cuttle.xyz. You can subscribe for a pro account using the code AlivePixel for a discount. And we're talking about how you make money with this. So let's say that you made these tags. So let's talk about sizing. What is the right sizing that you need to start figuring? And we're going to download this and see how it works. So let's say that I have my caliper here. And if you want to do something like this big, this is banana for sizing purposes. Okay, this big. So that's a 54 millimeters or 55 millimeters if you want. That's a fairly good size. Hey Ray, thank you for joining. That's a fairly good size. That means that 55 millimeters, length is going to be the tag for the name for anyone to read it. I think that's a fairly good size. You can fit, I don't know, 30, 40 on a 12 by 12 in plywood of these ones, easy. And that will give you you did, Lori. How you doing? Thank you. Sorry, I was just trying to find my left and my right. But definitely, this is something that I recommend to everyone to consider because you don't spend. Johnny, how you doing? You don't spend a lot of material. You don't spend a lot of money to make them. And if you buy like the ones that I like to use from Creative Cut Supply, for example, the bases, I normally use 1/8 or 3 millimeters. And for all the top layers, like this one in here, the one that says South Carolina in here, that my top layer is 1/16. So that's basically almost 2 millimeters thick. That cut super quick, super easy, super clean. I use the double-sided tape, dual tight, again from Creative Cut Supply. And I'm gonna be honest, it's been, I wanna put that here for you in the chat. Creative Cut Supplies, I do not have a code with them right now, but I'm gonna tell you one thing, is probably the best wood I ever use. And that's with David Brown, if you wonder. He's all over Facebook, that guy. Creative Cut Supply. There you go. That's the company that sells the wood that I like to use. So I hope you guys check him out. He just restocking I don't know how many different thickness and cuts and stuff. So yeah, that's always cool. He's always bringing a lot of new stuff. Anyways, so how much you can sell each stack of these? So let's say that you spend, because the double side tape and also the two types of wood and finished wood, let's say then the two sheets you are spending probably $20 overall. Let's say that you spend $20 or $22 and you can make 50 names, 60 names of that very easy. And this is a sheet that is 11.75 by, I believe is by 19. I think it's 11.75 by 19, the sheets from him. But let's say you make 50 names and then you say, okay, I spent $20, but you can sell each one in $2, $3 if you want to. So just there, you're making a lot of money, like immediately. Now, yes, actually, this sign, Ryan, this one that I showed you in the beginning, all this was cut with a diode laser. Now, I did use a 40-watt diode laser, and it cut in a 25 millimeters per second, which is incredibly fast, to be honest. But a 10-watt laser will cut easily on a 10, probably 5 to 7 millimeters per second. I'm going to imagine, because his core basswood core, this wood, and you still can make tons of money with this, like super easy. And if you cut it on a diode laser, like a portable, then what? And you just cut one at a time, and you just put your wood in a line it kind of thing, and just cut one, put it together. Probably you're gonna be doing each name in about 2 to 3 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, it's not a lot of work for the machine. It's fairly easy. But again, $20 investment on materials, and you can get 60 of these guys easy on that board at this size, and then at $2 to $3 a pop. This is easy money. This is really easy. If you're going to events, just pack with names and start selling names. And of course, you can check on your state, your city, and registrations, public records, what's the most popular names and stuff like that, or the census as well. You can see and find that. So let's jump to another item that I feel we're going to actually have here at the store. So things that I want to have in the store are these gift cards holders. These are the gift card holder or gift card ornament in this case. Same thing. It's super simple. This is a few more layers, of course. So you will see here the file. They have the pre-file ready to download. This doesn't have many other options. This is just straight up a snowflake, and they have a couple other things. They have a blank one that is just to put whatever, the Christmas tree, a ribbon, and the snowflakes. So these are preset files. You can just download it, cut them, and sell them, and depending on the wood, you can use acrylics, you can use I want to say cardstock. You can use cardstock, and I'm going to show you something made of cardstock. We're making these things just because, well, Juan is making these things because it's fun. And this is cardboard, like super cheap cardboard on Amazon, 3 millimeters cardboard on Amazon. So we have here a little reindeer, and this is already painted on white, right? And this is cardstock, cardboard. This is super simple. So you have to try to be a little bit creative. Here is an angel with a little trumpet. These are like a 3D gloves. So you can do a lot of different things with these tools, and are fairly easy to use. Let me show you a couple other stuff that you can personalize, and a lot of people might even go to your booth, buy it into your booth, and probably you can or ship it or pick it up. You can, if it's local, you can say, $3 shipping, and it's super easy for you to do it. So always monograms. You have monograms here. basic ornaments. You have the dog bone ornament, and this is something cool. I'm gonna show you something that is very, very cool. So I don't know if you guys see here the mouse, and please put in the comments if you see the mouse, right? I'm gonna shake it again. So here you see Annie, right? But there's something very important that is not pretty common. A lot of people don't do it, and this software thought about it. You see the word Annie, and you see the lines drew on the letters. So you can read it like it was actually draw, like, the little lines on it. So when you see the file, and this is where it gets a little bit hard to see. Let me zoom this up a little. Whoop, there. So I hope you guys can see this part. So you have the red, and then you have the blue. In that case, you know what needs to be cut, and also on the blue which ones are going to need to be just score or engrave, if you will. So you can do this because the software already divide those intersections and is ready for you to just put it on your machine, select your settings by layer, and send it. Okay? So here in Cuttle.xyz, you have that pre-done for you. So you change the name, and I say Pixel, that's my dog, Pixel. You will see that now the P and the I and everything, it has the little blue areas, okay? Those are going to be engraved or score, depending if you're using XTool or not, and how you have it here. You can increase the size of this to make the bone bigger. You can change the font and the style and the thickness of the font as well. Here's the thickness of the font. You can change the rotation of the font. So you have a lot of stuff. And look, how dynamic is this? Look at the top of the letter L. Here, when it touches the top, boom, it's blue now. So you can really personalize this in any way that will suit any person needs, which that's the coolest part on this software. So let me move this for you there again. So I just want to show you that really quick, and I want to show you now another thing here. Very popular ornaments that we're going to be working are the ones that are cut in acrylic, and you have these ones here. So acrylic, you will need, of course, a CO2 to cut the acrylic, but at the same time, you have this cool part that you can make everything with names. So this one is only Kate, but you can, again, add more names. You can start adding and adding more names, and you can select different fonts. You can select the options of how everything is going to be. In this case, it's just mixing all the stuff. So you can select a bunch of different things on the snowflakes, and here underneath has a how to use. If you're doing different stuff and you don't know exactly how to use it, you can just select here all the options, and it's telling you the first two rows. I want to go back here. So it's telling me, okay, this isn't what we're going to do, how it's going to change it, then the space on the lettering, if we want to rotate more stuff or not. We want to erase this and leave it as a Kate. The heights, the line spacing, and you see that everything changes dynamically, automatically, like super, super, super cool. So you can just mirror it or not. So you have these one words, you will mirror, it will just mix them. So all the functions and everything that you need are here. Once you finish, let's grab one that I like. Like, look at these ornaments, how pretty they are. That's super cool, right? So let's say that you want to download this guy. That's fairly easy. Here's the Santa. 6, 7, of course. Uh, Once you have this, you have the two layers. You have the cat layer and the black layer. So we're gonna download it. It's gonna give you the name. I'm gonna download it. So now that we download this file, how you see this file? So I'm gonna open Library here. This is one of the works that I was doing today, and I don't need to save this. So bye. So of course, this is right now configured for my con marker, but that's okay. So I'm gonna bring this file. So here is the SVG. And if you have Library and you use Library, for example, you will notice that it's coming here. So fill color is going to be this. The red one is the line. So the red one for me is going to be the cut. The fill color is going to be engrave. If I'm doing this on acrylic, I will do first the engraving, and then I will cut this on acrylic to have the ornament or the name tag ready to put anywhere. So that's as simple as it can go. Really, Cuttle.xyz is the tool to make money. You don't need to do anything. Let's say that you are not right now into Christmas because you know what, you're over it. You just tired of Christmas. You want to deal with something that you want to start preparing your sanity for go back to school after all this craziness. Hey Tess, how you doing? So let's go here and let's find school. So same thing. You have a jig here for the pencils. You have name tag. You have a little tic-tac-toe, and you have a bunch of different things that you can do for the school. And again, all this is basically depending the level of your account. Just log into the account and modify everything to start selling it. So you can download the SVG. If you want to give this to your teacher, here we go. So you can select this and you can select the name of your teacher. Just put it in here. Once you have it, you can download this file. I'm going to download it here. So I'm gonna open this on Library again. So I'm gonna just new file, discard this, and I'm gonna bring it here. So here's a door hanger. Of course, it's too big for my cone marker lens right now, but I want to show you how it is. So the blue for me will be fill. So that's what it's doing right now, the lines and everything, and the red is going to be cut. And here's another part. This is the other part that will be cut to put it on it. But it's super simple. After that, all you have to do is put the little twining here and you are good to go. So guys, again, Cuttle.xyz, use the coupon code AlivePixel so you can sign up and start making money today. Now, anyone have any questions they want to do before we jump into the next software and show you how you use it and what it is about? So please put it on the chat so I can see there and I can show you something before we jump into a different software. How everyone is doing tonight is Friday. I hope you are watching this with a cup of coffee, hot chocolate, beer, or just a soda. If you are here watching, also remember, after this video, if you know Riley Black, you have to go. We have today a hangout with Riley Black. So I'll be there making some noise as always and talking nonsense. So for people that know me knows that when I'm on my Mac, I normally don't use absolutely nothing else but my Mac. I don't use a mouse. But tonight, Juan, that already left, of course, was kind enough to borrow me the mouse of his. Linda, I'm great. Screen. Nice. Nice. Ooh, a glass of wine. Awesome, Linda. That's awesome. I hope you guys found Cuttle to be one of those tools that you might explore a little bit. I have the chance to know the owners of Cuttle and Toby, and then I forgot his name, Federico, I believe. Uh, we were hanging out in Dallas, in Texas, during the Next Level conference. Amazing people. I mean, there's nothing but blue of creativity and ideas flowing all day long. So amazing people. If it's something that you're worried because you say, another software, these are two guys from the United States that put their time and their life from 3D printing and jump into this as a venture. It's a small business just like me, and signing up for their software that helps so many businesses helps tremendously. Oh wow, Rick. Yeah, a lot of I actually think that this year is going to be a shortage of ornaments. A lot of people say that this year they are not selling ornaments. We are trying not to do a lot of ornaments, but we're going to make some to put it on the store next week. But it's not going to be our priority. Ornaments are a lot of work sometimes, and not all of them sell great. So we're going to try to be a little bit slim on that part too. All right, let's go to the next software. And for that, I want to reset my library. So I'm going to leave it there for now. So the next software that I want to talk to you about, I'm going to leave this open in case someone wants to ask something. Please remember the chat. I need you guys to participate on the chat a little bit today because this is a interactive show. Okay, we need to participate on this so we can actually make sure that you get the information that you need. So we're gonna jump into laser maker map. So I'm already logged in into my account, of course, but the laser map maker, I don't know if I can open it again and you can see, okay, here is basically the home page of this. So again, this is a company from the United States. It's actually two brothers. Both are developers. Okay, and the person I talk the most is normally Elias. They are amazing human beings. They help tremendously the community. They help a lot of people, and they put a lot of time. They have a full-time job, and they still go back after their 9 to 5, and they go and put all the time that they can in this tool to make it work. uh, Literally is not probably the cheapest for someone that never makes anything on the laser. But if you are into the laser business and you are into lasering overall, let me show you one thing. And I'm going to turn the camera with the risk of looking too close. Well, all right. So this is one of the maps that we make at the store for with their tool, and this is probably one of the easiest and simplest maps that you can make. I mean, literally, it's only 2 layers plus a backing that we put it on, and it's just a stain. We engrave a compass on the bottom, and we put a metal plate on the top to make it look fancier, and just painted in raw wood. That's it. We didn't do much. But this is a high ticket item, okay, because of the time that you will see. Now, again, the wood that we're using in this case, the circles are for not just frames. They have an amazing pre-cut circles, frames, picture frames, and everything in between. They have an amazing quality. And the wood that I use for the map of South Carolina is from Creative Cut Supply. So go check Creative Cut Supply because this is amazing quality wood. and not just frames. So you can find it on Facebook or notjustframes.com. They are awesome. Okay, so this probably took about 20 minutes between cut and put it all together. And the stain, we did leave the stain to dry for a whole day. Probably one more day will be better, but it is what it is. So let me reframe this for you. There we go. Whoop. All right. Yes, actually, that was cut on Alien Cell. It's hilarious. That was everything that I'm doing right now that I cut that is not clear acrylic. I'm doing it on Alien Cell, just to be completely. This is cardboard, like I was mentioning. This is literally cardboard. This is 3 millimeters cardboard. It was cut on Alien Cell as well, and super quick, 22, 23 millimeters per second. And this is compressed high density cardboard, and the RSC was virtually off, just one line and the one speed, and the cuts are super nice. This was cut also on Alien Cell, and the map was completely done with Alien Cell. So yes, all this can be done on Alien Cell. Absolutely, these are part of the testing that I've been doing. Oh yes, sir. I have one back there. Whoop! There is a little guy. I'm gonna make actually one full video, one full Friday. It's going to be just that guy, and we're gonna talk about him because guess what? The 24, they're starting a Black Friday. Yes, no one knows but me, and now you. Anyways, so let's jump into these guys because maps. Everyone likes a nice map of their neighborhood, of their state, of their lake, everything really. Everyone always want a nice map. That's the reality. The other part is that maps are what I like to call a high ticket item. Why a high ticket item? Is mainly because you spend a little bit amount of wood on this, but you can sell them for a higher price than any other item just because the level of details and things that are involved on the maps. So you can start a free trial for 2 weeks, and you can test it and you can see what we want to work today, and I want to show you a little stuff. But ultimately, I recommend you to get a license. If you get a license, I want to show you the pricing here. So it's not probably the cheapest tool that you can have on your toolbox, okay? If you are a hobbyist, you have basically $10 a month. It's going to be, this is going to be billed per year, okay? But the breakdown is like $9.60 a month. Now you have 216 credits per year or your whole subscription, and you can buy credits. Of course, you need more. You can export and whatever. Here's the thing: your credits are normally consumed when you export, not before. So when you add and you try the software, you're not using nothing until you export your file. So when you are happy with your file, that's when you use the credit. So depending on how you basically use one credit per layer, which is pretty. Hey, how you doing, Renegade? I have your t-shirts, man. Oh yes, please, people. No one but him, no one but Renegade. Reach out for the t-shirts. If you want the t-shirts on our last live, you need to send us messages. Otherwise, we don't know where you live. I don't know where to ship it. So please send us a message to get your t-shirt. We have 4 winners and only one reach out to us, which I still have his t-shirt because when they come over, they forgot the t-shirt. But I have it here. You live close, man. Come on. Anyway, thank you for joining. So you only use your credits when you are exporting. Uh, I would recommend to anyone that is actually doing business, and if you put in perspective, it's only, I'm gonna say, double the price here, but I mean, it's $230 a year. Now, a map like this, and if you say, yeah, that's too expensive, I will just go to Etsy and buy a map that it will cost me $9 or $7. Yes, that's fine. $7 for one map. If you're making 20 maps, now you multiply 7 times 20. Simple as that, you know? So just there, you're completely upside down. But this map that I show you, this guy here, yes, the camera's all zoom in, sells for about $50, $45, $65, anywhere in between, and depending on the state you are and how dear for people is what you are making, this map can go for a lot more money. So it's very easy to make. It takes about 20 minutes between painting and putting it together because you don't need to do much. But yeah, so if you want to go month by month, so you can pay at $12 a month, and you have enough to do 5 maps or so. I would say 5 maps, comfortable. So that's kind of how it goes. There is a couple questions here that you can check, and they do have a whole center for learning. If you want to learn more, they have official tutorials, tips and tricks, creator spotlights, community workshops, and a bunch of other different stuff here. So they are very well documented, and you can access a lot of stuff. Also on YouTube, they have plenty of information before you buy, before you subscribe. But let's jump into what this is. So I have here, I want to create a new project. So this is the map that you saw. See, here is the map. I'll show you this really quick before we jump into a new project. So this is what it is. It's nothing but the names and all the cut areas that I'm going to be using on this. Right? Nothing fancy. And here are my shapes virtually. Just the lake, then the engraving roads, and the engraving names, and the overall cut. That's it. 3 layers. Therefore, 3 credits. That's what it is. Super simple. So let me go back, and I'm going to create a new project. So when you create a new project in this tool, you want to select a name. So I'm going to put here, I don't have, my brain is dead right now, I guess. I'll say one more. Okay. So you're going to start with a basic template. So the basic template, or the blank template, has absolutely nothing. You literally have to add everything one by one. Then you have a basic city map. You have a fine high detail topography map. This is a laser map maker. So let me put here on the description. So this is, I always say this backwards. I don't know why, but it is laser map maker, and you can find them on lasermapmaker.com, and you can use the code AlivePixel for a discount as well. We have a code for you guys. It's AlivePixel. You can find it there. Lasermapmaker.com, code AlivePixel. Then medial details. So you have a mid detail topography, and core, which is a low detail topography. So now they have topography on the maps. So we're gonna do just a basic city map first, and we want to create a project. So this is going to load. So normally it loads because these 2 brothers love New York so much. Yes, Elias, you and your brother, man. It's always here in Manhattan. I mean, it's a nice view for the lake and whatnot. But how you find your city, how you find where you're going to go. So the first thing you want to see is on the right, you have some navigation tools and some elements that you can see. And on the left, or my other right, on the left, you have the layers that are going to be added into the map. So this is the basic color that they have on their, a scheme of things. But the left are going to be your layers and the styles and everything on your layers. The right is going to be your navigation tools. You have the option to save the project. You have the straight button to learn, so you can actually see some different elements, how they interact and how they work together. Then you have a full screen. If you want to open up everything for the full screen, you have the option to lock the working area that you are right now. You have the inspection mode, and I'm going to show this right now because it's super cool. So inspection mode. When you click the inspection mode, you're going to be able to get your mouse over parts, and it's going to highlight. And this is something very important here. On the bottom, you are going to see the name of the layer. That's important. Why? Because this is the name of the layer that you're going to find in this list of layers. So for example, this one say roads, roadways, motor trunk, right? So if you want to, you can click it right now and select it. But when you do that, you can find it here, and you will see these two that were selected when I was here in inspection, right? Remember I select that and there was like a couple. Now they are highlighted and they are selected. Once you do that on the basic mode, you can change the style. You have here the styles and different other stuff, or just erase them if you want it. You can also hide them if you need to hide them. See, now they're hidden. They're not. So the inspection mode is something that I recommend a lot of people to use in the beginning to understand. No worry, man. Thank you so much for joining, Robert. I hope you have a great weekend, man. Thank you. So the inspection mode is something that, since you're not familiar out of the door with the names of different elements, because they're using the raw names that we have on this engine for the map itself, and this is how it's been named on the map. So they just call in this from the database, right? They put all together for us so we can understand it. So you don't know the names, and instead going and spend hours trying to find it and clicking things, the inspection mode allows you to select the element directly into the view so you can actually modify it. The second part here, you will see the satellite overlay. So this will give you basically the view of the whole satellite view like Google, and this is just a transparency that you can assign, or your layers. So if you want to see a little bit better what you are doing, because this is what you understand on the city, you just move this to be able to fine tune your preference. And this is just a visual preference. This is nothing that is going to be or printed or nothing in between, unless you want it, I guess. But yeah, this is not what it is. The second part is search address or the coordinates. So you can get your coordinates directly from Google Maps. You can go to Google Maps, find somewhere, and you will see on the URL on the top that normally there is a long number and a comma and another minus or whatever long number. So that will be your latitude and your longitude. So that's where you get the coordinates. But if you don't have the coordinates, I'm going to do something super simple. So as right now, I'm going to say that I want to go to 404 Twisting Pine Circle, Florida, Wakaiwa Springs. So this is going to 409 Twisting Pine Circle. So this is the view that I have. That this is a whole area that I used to live a bit ago. So we have the woods and the golf course on the back, and this is all the woods on the back of that area. This is the entrance that I used to have to go home, and you go here, and then you have Wakaiwa Springs. Here we go, and I used to live in this house here with a roommate. That now she lives next door in my house. So here we go. So you can create this. So now you have a view of the neighborhood that you wanted, and you can select it very easy. So now that you have this area here, you can start tweaking a little bit what you want. So let's turn these ones here out because I don't want to miss the surprise. So again, I can select now, the inspection mode, and these are the main roads, the thick ones here. In this case is the pink roadway secondary road, and this is the secondary street. So if you use for these two the same layer, they will become one element. So black will cut one element, right? And you can select what is going to happen with each terrain. Let me go back from this. So if you want to do the bodies of water like this, and you don't have here, you see there is nothing in this. So what we can do here is let's add the water. So the water is going to be the cut in here. So water fill, and let's see what color is my water fill here. So you can assign different colors to this. So this is going to be now a water fill that I'm going to see. You see it here. You can use the override to get the color. I want to click that now. So I have now the water fill here. So I'm just adding my layers of what I'm going to be using. So I have the water, I have the road, and this road here probably is a little bit too thin if you want a smaller or whatever. But you can again select it and change the information of that. The zoom here tells you how far you are, and you can use a specific number or you can use the zoom. I was using the little wheel of the mouse, so this is just the zoom in. Then you have rotate. So this is the part that a lot of people actually ask me all the time. Okay, but I don't want to have this here. I want to have this one kind of rotated a little bit because that's how I identify my house. My house was up and the little pond was down, not on the corner. Okay, so if you go to rotate, you can rotate this, and there's quantities for rotation. Every 5 degrees, 10 degrees. So you want it like this, you can rotate to accommodate this into something that is visually appealing for the person. So let's say that you have all these already. We're not gonna go and explain this second by second. They do have a really good base for learning. But there's a couple of things that I want to show you here. They have a section that is called the map shape. So this is the map of Florida. So because Florida is long, you want to have the house that was here across down the lake. So I'm going to rotate just a little bit more, 18 degrees more. There we go. And we're going to go now to map shape. So this is where everything comes super cool, because as you see, I cut the shape of the map of South Carolina. So you can have multiple different shapes, even a Christmas tree if you want. You have different shapes that you can cut. So Valentine's Day, and you can do a map saying we met here. Here you go. You have a map. Now here's the beauty. You can export these and you can use it on your laser. You can use all this as a PNG and directly print an image with your DTF and make patches. You can make t-shirts. You can have all these and do embroidery. You can do tumblers. I mean, you can do so much. But also they have that United States. So let's look for Florida. Should be on the F. Here is Florida. So now you have the map like this. So we're going to try to put that. So I need this and this lake here. So I'm going to go with a rotate again. And I'm going to rotate this. Oops, the other direction. A little more. And that might be a little stretch, but I'm gonna put it like this. All right, that works better for me. Of course, it's a poor representation of what's going on the map of Florida. Sorry, Florida. Not sorry. But yes, you can add anything you want. Now, it's important to notice one thing: the map and the shape of the map right now. And yes, you can change the borders and all that. In this case, it's black and the roads are black. That means that the frame and the roads are one piece. Then you have the silhouette completely of the map, and then you have the cutout of the legs. How you know that that's what's gonna happen? So what we're gonna do once you have everything, you just wanna try to see this as a project that you're going to use. So what we're gonna do now, I wanna save my project, so it's there. So let's say that you already did everything. So you have all your maps, right? So we have that one more here. So when you have oh, interesting, didn't save. Come on. Oh, my map didn't save. And I click save project. Probably too fast. My internet sucks. Anyways, I wanna open this either way. So once you have your map, you wanna click on export preview. So this is going to prepare the layers. I'm sorry that it didn't work quick enough. I clicked too fast and my internet didn't update. So you export the layers. So once you have the layers and you export the layers of your map, you want to click under to inspect what you're going to get. So the last layer in this case is all the roads that I've mentioned. Then you have the engraving, in this case, all the little streets on the engraving. And now I have a cutout of what is the land. So if I put underneath a blue layer of this will be what? Yes, you guessed it, water. Then I put the land, and over the land, I can engrave this. And over that, then I put my frame on the top, which is just the roads and everything. So you can modify and you can change everything little by little, of course. Don't move too fast because I just did it and it didn't save my file. I don't know why. Um, you can just update everything you need and change everything you need, and you can add layers. You can create different things. So let me show you one of the things that they have right now. So I'm gonna close this and I'm gonna go again from one more, and I'm going to create a new project, and we're gonna do a mid topography map. So this is going to be, I don't know, South Carolina map, I guess that works. I'm really blank today to create random names, but this is one of the coolest things that they update on the map. So now you have the height maps of this. So when you work on the topographic map, you're going to notice that you have everything based on a scale. So you can add basically the layers that you need per scale. So you can cut them of whatever you need to do, and you can select, I want to say Clemson I. That's interesting. Clemson, South Carolina. Let's see, where are we right now? So we're going to start adding to the map different parts of our mountains and whatever it is. So where's the mountains here? There we go. I was a little under. So now you can start creating lines and everything that you need to have all the land elevations and all the colors that you want to do for this. So let's see this color. And the problem with this is you need to find what is the altitude that you're working on, because I don't know the altitude of any of these parts. So That's the only problem. That's a little bit too high for these areas. Let's go out a little bit more. Too much. There it is. So that's crazy. My internet is so slow right now. It's literally just dragging. I hope I don't lose you guys because the internet. I can't see my screen. I only see the chat on my phone. If you guys are still watching and the internet is not falling apart, please let me know. So we can select. Yeah, hit that like button and share. Well said, Renee. So you can select the different layers for the altitudes that you are working on. Awesome, thank you so much. To make sure that you get the topographic. So basically, what is a topographic map? It's basically the altitude map, layer by layer, with the different distances. With that, you can cut this layer, then you can make this other layer on top, this other layer on top, this other layer on top. Well, and this other layer on top, there is almost nothing on the corner here. It will depend, of course, where you select something, what you select to be able to get a topographic map. This is cool when you're gonna do something like mountains. If you do like Colorado or maybe the Great Canyon and things like that, you can add more and more and more on the topographic. Definitely is something. Well, it was interesting. There's another one I select. I select this one. Yeah, my internet is all over the place. I don't know why. But you can select everything and literally go layer by layer to create the effect that you're looking for. You can create a whole lake canyon, with this. So this is a very powerful tool. I recommend everyone to use it. If you want to learn more about this tool, they do have a really comprehensive database for everything, from creating a new project to renaming, deleting the project, how to tile maps. I mean, they have literally all the information that you need already there. So don't waste your time trying to design everything yourself. There are tools that, paying a little bit of money here and there, it will simplify your life. I promise you, it will make it a lot easier. So let me change this book. And of course, because the zoom of this is not what I'm looking for, there you guys go. Yeah, I was like, what? Okay, so again, guys, I want to go back to my screen so I can actually see if you guys talk to me. But again, I think these are tools that we all should have and we all should use in many different ways. One of the main things that I recommend everyone is explore the tools that you have at hand. Lasermakermap.com is happy Friday. How you doing? Excited Atom. That's an awesome name, man. So every time you want to design something, you need to think two things. In my opinion, this is what I try to think all the time. Number one, how much time I'm going to put into that design. How much the piece that I produce for it is going to cost me, and at the end of the day, is it worth or not? Because if you are spending $10 a month on a membership, but you're spending regularly without that membership 10 hours in a month designing two things similar, I think you're wasting money, because at that point you're telling me that your 10 hours are like $1 an hour. So I will say just get a membership of Cuttle and make the ornaments or any other similar keychains and stuff like that with a couple clicks. Take you seconds, and you didn't spend that extra time, so you can just actually produce money. Same happened with laser making map. So if you have that tool and you can produce 20 maps or 20 map files in 1 month, 20 map files in 1 month, okay, that you haven't designed, you have your template, that's what you like, and you just put the export button and you save the file. You can get it for 4 months, because let's say that you are going to work only on your state. You don't want to work with any other states, nothing, only for your state. You get it for 1 or 2, 3 months. That's it. You don't need to get a whole year. Just get it for a couple months and dedicate yourself for 1 week just to create the maps that you like and export them so you have them, save your files, and when your subscription for that month, 2 months, or 3 months lapse, don't renew it until you really need it again, and you just sign up again if you want. Cuttle.xyz can be the same thing. It might cost you more money to do it in that way, but I would recommend to get a pro version so you have access to everything. The difference between Cuttle.xyz and Laser Map Maker is that Laser Map Maker is one tool for maps, period. Cuttle is a tool that allows you to go through not just seasonal things, but also really quick personalization things. That's where you are going to find a different scenario. So again, guys, I really appreciate you guys coming and joining me for a Talk Crafty to Me today. Thank you, Three Sons Signs, for the love and adding some tips on the chat. I really appreciate that. That helps us to keep these lights going. But the most important thing, guys, discounts for you. So wherever you go right now, Black Friday is going in many lasers. Montport is my favorite CO2 laser. They have an insane discount right now. You can get a 65 watt CO2 laser for under, I think it's under $1,600 for a 60 watt CO2 laser with a bed of 12 by 24. That's not bad at all. And on top of that, you can save another $300, $400 if you put the code AlivePixel at checkout. Same happens with cone marker with the UV laser. Is under $3,000 or something around that right now for their Black Friday. Use the code AlivePixel as well, and you can save another $300 or so at the end. So that's great. MOPA lasers, use the code AlivePixel as well. And for these tools, Laser Map Maker, go to the website, check what is worth for you month to month or the whole year, like we did. And you can also use the code AlivePixel to save you some money. And if you go to Cuttle.xyz, that's the website. Yes, sir. Cuttle.xyz. Use the code AlivePixel too and save some money. I do not have a code yet. I'm trying to press David on it. I do not have a code yet for Creative Cut Supply for materials for wood, but it's great quality wood. If you can go and buy it, I promise you, you will not regret it. And you can, and I will say you're welcome in advance. Great Laser Supplies is a great supporter from our home right now. He always helps us with different things. Blake, use the code also AlivePixel in his website. That's across the board. You go with Jeff Walker in Lancaster Supply.com as well. LancasterSupply.net. Always say .com. LancasterSupply.net. You can use the code as well, AlivePixel. We have codes for everyone in every possible way. Always is AlivePixel. Monarch Pine, Katie, I cannot forget about Katie. Katie is an amazing human being. She supports so many people in so many channels. And of course, you go to monarchpine.com to get all your jewelry needs and use the code. Yes, you guess AlivePixel as well. So, guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy this quick how to make some money with tools that we use in our store. And it's Friday. I'm not firing any laser. This was Talk Crafty to Me. Like, subscribe, share the love, and I'll see you next Friday. Happy weekend.